Hey guys, this is Jared Pelly with NST Sports Performance, and we're going to go over how to squat today. When performing a squat, there's a lot of things you got to really look at. Too many people teach a squat, very basic, and unfortunately you can get injured doing that. So let's first start with step one. When you're going up, first thing you need to do is you need to make sure for your height that the bar is set up correctly, and also for safety, because safety is our number one priority, is that our straps are set up correctly. We're going to have an athlete come in here, Blake, that's going to help us out here in a second. The reason why this is too high for me, I would never want to squat with this because I'd have to go up on my toes. You never should go up on your toes. Puts a lot of stress on your knees. You're very unbalanced, high risk of injury. But this is perfect for an athlete we're going to utilize in a second. When we're going over to squat, got to make sure everything's set up correctly like we just talked about. We have our J hooks, make sure they're set up correctly. Make sure we have our straps correctly, just in case we come down and we fold. We have these to save us. It's not going to just drop on us and we're not going to get injured. After that, when you come up to the bar, you want to make sure you get your grip. Okay? With your grip, we like to use a thumb width. You might find sometimes that your shoulders are so tight that you can't do that close, and you might have to come out to the rings. You want to be as close as you possibly can when you squat, because the closer I can get my arms in, the more I can squeeze my back. And the more I can squeeze my back, the more muscles I have contracting to sit the bar essentially on a muscle rack. If you're loose, too many athletes come up to the bar, very loose, just come up, come out, and then when they do that, all their muscles are loose, and in turn, the bar feels like it's going to slip off the back. So we're going to bring Blake in. Blake's going to come in, and we're going to go step by step on how to squat. Blake, if you could come over, please. So Blake, he's going to go up to the bar. He's going to get his grip. Okay, he's going to get under the bar. Now when Blake, before he just lifts it out, he's going to get all his muscles tight. He's going to squeeze his back, make sure everything's contracted before he gets it. He's not going to just get up and come out. Okay, so just real quick, Blake, be kind of loose, and then stand up and come out. Yeah. So just stand up. All right, now when he comes out, he's going to do a three-step. He's going to do 1, 2, and 3. Just like if we were to play, basketball, you're always going to have, have the ball spin, 2 bounces. You have a system. So with this, we're going to have a system. So you lifted the bar out. He's nice and tight. He's going to do a 3-step out. 1, 2, and 3. He's going to get his feet positioned. All right. Now he's doing what's called a low bar squat. The bar's a lot lower on his back. This is a great way to squat, especially sometimes for your taller athletes that seem to be hindered from getting deep. Now when you do a low bar squat, again, everything's nice and tight, everything's squeezed. You're going to actually look down roughly at 45 degrees. The reason why you look down is because in a low bar squat, it better positions your hips. And when you do a low bar squat, you want to drive through your hips. So his feet are shoulder width apart. His toes are slightly out, roughly 30 degrees. He's got his toes slightly out. Now the first part of the movement, it all starts with the hips. He's going to push his hips back. Then after he pushes his hips back, because he's going to make sure that the head is down so it's in line with the spine. He's going to squat down, pushing his knees out. So he's pushing his knees out as he gets down, his head's down. He's got a good neutral spine, meaning flat back. Head is down, and then he's going to come up utilizing his hips. He's not going to pop his head up, try to start to move with his head. He's going to utilize his hips to start the motion. So he's going to come up with his hips, and then he squeezes his butt at the top. But when he squeezes, he doesn't hyperextend, meaning pushing the hips outward because the spine is rounded and you're very at high risk for injury. So again, he's looking down. He's got his back nice and squeezed. He starts the motion with his hip. He pushes his hips back. His knees are out. The reason he's pushing his knees out is to take all the stress off his knees. And then when he comes up, he starts with the hip. He tries, when he does this, push your hip against my hand. And then he comes up, and then he squeezes his glutes in, activating the glutes, because the glutes are responsible for speed and vertical jump. Okay, now when it comes to the feet, he's putting all the weight more on his heels. His feet, you got to have 3 pieces of your feet touching. Your toes, your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. But you want primarily most of the weight on your heel. That way you're keeping the weight back, keeping the weight off the knees. You know, a lot of people hate to squat because it hurts their knees so bad. So when we do this motion, we like to wiggle the toes sometimes and turn, kind of thinking in our brain, keep most of the weight back in our heel, which assists us in keeping our weight back in our hip, coming down, versus a lot of people, they come down on their toes and they hate to squat because it hurts their knees. Anytime you come up on your toes and your heels come up, you're at a very high risk of injury. Okay, so let's do this just one more time. If you could rack the bar, we're going to just go really quick through the set, how we do this. So again, making sure the J-hooks are right, making sure the straps are right. We're going to go over spotting as we do this too. He's going to get under the bar. First thing he does is get his grip right. He never gets his grip when he gets under it. He gets it before he gets under it. Then he gets under the bar. He kind of gets all his muscles tight. Should take about 5 seconds to 10 seconds. He's not just grabbing and going. Now he's going to squeeze his glutes to come up. He's going to take a 3-step out. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then what he's going to do, start to motion with his hips. His eyes are down. He's going to put his head down because he's doing a low bar squat. Unhinges his hips. Pushes his knees out. He's going down. He's going down. He's coming up. Squeezing his glutes. He unhinges his hips. He goes down. Okay, he squeezes his glutes. Alright, he comes up. And then for the spotter is going to be in close. Going to put the hands on the shoulders. Why? Because if I'm out here and I'm far, if he goes down, and you go down, Blake, and if he loses balance, I can't get him. I got to be in close, my hand's here. So act like you're falling, you got a lot of weight on, I can catch him and help him get back up. Okay? So when he does his 3-step, hurry up, just walk into the rack, you don't go to rack, come out in your 3-step, I go with him. That way, I always have his back. And then also, another cue, when he's lifting that bar out of the rack, Blake, if you could go up to the rack, put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. A lot of athletes come out of the rack like this, and then just push it, and then go down, and then come up, and then come up. That never come out stagger stance because you're putting all the pressure on your front knee. You always want to make sure both feet are out, both feet are under the bar because you're putting equal stress on each knee. So, that's a low bar squat. Thank you, Blake. Now if we could lower these J-hooks real quick, grab that bar. Alright. Let's go short man. Alright, you gotta get out. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna go over a high bar squat. I'm gonna perform a high bar squat. So for me, I like to put my hands roughly on the beginning of the first ring, get my grip first. I'm even going to go a little wider actually, the second ring. I'm going to get it. Going to be here. Now the difference between a high bar and a low bar is, Blake, if you could come over here. On a high bar, you're going to feel this little bone, and you're putting the bar right under that. Low bar is a little bit lower. It's more right on the top of the back of the deltoid. High bar is just right under that bone. It's a lot higher. So you'll find with a high bar or Olympic squat, you're going to have your head up versus down. And the reason why I'm telling you both of them, you might find one is more comfortable than the other. And I really don't care which one you use. Use the one that best fits you. Alright? Thank you, Blake. So, I'm going to put my hoodie on just so you can see. I got my grip. Get my feet under, get everything tight. Okay, squeeze my back, stand up, go back 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then get my head straight because I want my eyes straight since I'm doing a high bar squat. I'm going to pop my head back, keep the weight of my heels, come down, butt below my knees, come up, squeeze my glute. Okay, I'm thinking again, hip, knees out, come up, knees out. Snap and squeeze my glute, never hyperextending. As well, let's talk breathing. Breathing during the squat. You're going to get under the bar, get everything set. Feet are under the bar, get your muscles squeezed, get everything right. Big breath. Breathe in. Hold your core tight like you're going to get punched in the gut. Squeezing your abs inward. And then 1, 2, 3, holding your breath. Release breath. Then take your breath in again before you descend. Now notice when I brought the bar in, I did little steps. The reason why I chose little steps is because it's a lot less stress than coming in with big steps, because I'm putting too much stress on one knee or the other. So with this, again, very important with the breathing. You're taking a breath before you lift. You're going to come out holding your breath. 1, 2, 3. Release the breath. Get everything caught back up. Big breath, squeezing your belly in. Coming down. The reason why we hold the breath is if our core is tight, we're going to transfer more power to the bar, which in turn we're going to lift more weight. A lot of people are taught to hold and breathe out as you come up, but as you come up, that's the hardest motion. So if I'm breathing out, everything's getting weak and I'll fold. But if I keep everything tight, I'll get the weight. Alright, so that is a low bar and a high bar squat. Choose the one that's best for you. I would start high bar. If you feel you can't achieve depth with the high bar, do low bar. But again, it's only a squat if your hip gets below your knee. If your hip is above your knee, that will not count. The hip has to be below the knee. Why? Because science has proven if our hip is below our knee, it will transfer to vertical jump, and it will transfer to speed. If we do a quarter squat, which is very popular in high school, you're going to hurt your knees, you're going to get nothing out of it, and it's not going to transfer to performance. So again, that's the low bar, high bar squat. Start with a high bar, doesn't work, try low bar. If you feel that you're still not hitting position, you might have a mobility issue, which we'll talk about in another video.